In this video, we're going to talk about gut health. Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to focus on gut health. I'm going to talk about what gut bacteria is. I'm going to talk about the foods that create more bad bacteria and the foods that create better gut bacteria, and simple practical things that you can do on a daily basis to get your gut healthy. Gut health can be related to our mood. It can be related to craving associations. Gut health can also be related to chronic diseases and inflammation. So it's really important to get our gut healthy. So gut bacteria can almost be compared to another living organism that lives inside of us that is closely tied to the foods that we eat. And there is a gut-brain connection when it comes to specifically craving foods. So for example, say you're craving cake. It is the gut that's telling the brain, we need this cake to continue to make our bad bacteria survive. Gut bacteria can make compounds that are very similar to the neurotransmitters in our brain, and they can drive our brains to crave certain foods. So think about those super addictive foods, the processed sugars, the processed flours, the high-fat foods. These are the ones that are not so great for us, right? And they're not so great for our gut health either. And it's interesting to note that people who have a healthy gut actually have completely different bacteria in their gut as opposed to the people who have a lot of bad gut bacteria. And even in a matter of 5 days, depending on what you're eating, you can create more good bacteria in your gut or bad bacteria in your gut. So what kind of diet causes bad bacteria in your gut and causes a lot of woes? Well, you guessed it. Fatty foods, fried foods, fatty meats, cheeses, butter, lard, processed meats. So basically that's like a low carb diet that is very popular for weight loss. And you will lose weight initially because you're limiting your carbs, but there's a lot of damage that you're doing in your system, many systems throughout your body, but especially in your gut. So then conversely, you might be asking, what kind of diet do you want to have if you're trying to build good bacteria in your gut? And it's a diet that is high in fiber. Now I talked about this in my last video, but let me reiterate, meat and dairy have no fiber in them. Where is fiber found? Fiber is found in whole plant sources. So fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes especially. And you want to get in a minimum of 25 to 40 grams of fiber every single day, but we know that you can actually have even more fiber per day, and it's just going to increase your overall health. So in short, fiber feeds the healthy gut bacteria. There is a review from the Frontiers in Nutrition that states that high fiber vegan diet promotes healthful and stable gut bacteria. Increased intake of fiber and other plant components associated with a whole food plant-based diet increases the growth of beneficial bacteria that reduces inflammation and cardiovascular disease risk. Fiber also increases short-chain fatty acids linked to improved immunity and improved intestinal function. So what do the findings in that study really mean? It means that diet contributes to a healthy microbiome more than any other factor out there. And so a whole food plant-based diet is truly the best and most effective way to make sure that your gut is nice and healthy. Now I want to give you some really practical ideas of ways that you can start improving your gut bacteria today. Number one, you've got to fill up on fiber-rich foods. High fiber foods feed the healthy gut bacteria that improve immune function, reduce inflammation, chronic disease, and even help regulate your mood. In your day-to-day, make sure that you're eating lots of prebiotic-rich foods. Now, prebiotics are foods that feed healthy gut bacteria. Good sources of that would be high fiber, whole plant foods, but some really good sources of that would be Jerusalem artichokes, chicory root, dandelion greens, leeks, onions, garlic, asparagus, whole wheat, spinach, beans, bananas, oats, and soybeans. Even adding in a few of those on a daily basis will help improve your gut bacteria. And then conversely, you want to start eating some probiotic-rich foods as well. Probiotics are live bacteria or yeast that can be found in fermented foods. And when we consume these, they take up residence in our gut, and it really helps improve our health. So healthy sources of probiotic-rich foods would be things like sauerkraut, kimchi, miso, tempeh. Any foods that are fermented plant foods are going to be helpful getting those good bacteria into your gut. The next thing you want to do is make sure that you're avoiding animal products. Now, if you're not completely vegan and you don't like this suggestion, just start to reduce the amount of animal products that you are having. Red meat, high-fat dairy products, fried foods, these all reduce the good bacteria in your gut. And conversely, they begin to grow the bad bacteria in your gut that can lead to so many chronic diseases and inflammation. Next up, you know I was going to get to this. You got to limit your fats, right? You want to have an adequate amount of fat in your diet, but it needs to be on the lower end in comparison to what is considered normal in the standard American diet. So avoiding fried foods, sauteing or cooking without oil, not using any vegan margarine, using lower fat salad dressings. Now, again, you know I was gonna go here as well. So you wanna stick to those low calorie density foods, right? The whole grains, the legumes, the fruits and the vegetables. Those are going to be, when in doubt, for overall health, for gut health, for weight loss, for everything. Those are the foods you want to stick to, and any higher calorie density foods or fattier plant foods, you're using those sparingly throughout your day. That's going to help improve your gut bacteria and your overall gut health as well. Next up, this is a big killer when it comes to healthy gut bacteria. You want to try to limit or avoid unnecessary use of antibiotics. Now, overuse of antibiotics can really wreak havoc on healthy gut bacteria. And this is pretty interesting. The US Food and Drug Administration estimates that 80% of antibiotics are actually used in animal agriculture. So if you cut out the meat and the dairy, you will automatically reduce the amount of antibiotics that you're exposed to as well. And then my very last tip for having a healthy gut is that you maintain a healthy lifestyle. So what does that mean beyond our diet, which is our most important way to improve gut health? You want to make sure that you're sleeping enough, getting enough sleep, enough sunshine, enough fresh air, really breathing deeply at least a couple times a day, ideally outside so you can get that fresh air, and finding ways for yourself that help you manage stress. So whether that's doing some Pilates, whether that's doing some yoga, a guided meditation, prayer, all of these things in addition to our most important factor of diet are going to help you have a positive effect on the microbes in your gut. What are the takeaways here that I want you guys to leave with? You want to make sure that you're eating a really high fiber diet, and a really easy way to make sure you're getting in at least 25 to 40 grams of fiber a day would be having 3 servings of whole grains a day, 1 to 2 servings of legumes a day, 3 to 5 vegetables at least, and 2 to 4 servings of fruit a day. Now, like I said, it's so easy to get a lot more fiber in than that. Take a look at my high fiber video, take a look at my low calorie density videos. All of these are high fiber foods because you're consuming those low calorie density fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes. So that is my number one takeaway: up the fiber, get those prebiotic foods and the probiotic foods into your diet, and you're going to really see a big difference in the changeover of your good gut bacteria. As much as you possibly can, limit the animal products or completely eliminate them, reduce the amount of fat that you're having on a daily basis, and make sure you have other measures in your life that are contributing to a healthy lifestyle. And then the last thought that I want to leave you with had a really big impact on me, so I'm hoping that it will with you as well. We are only 10% human. 90% of our cells are non-human microbial cells. And since our diet influences our microbes, it's true. We really are what we eat. The saying holds true all of these many, many years. So eat healthy, get healthy. I hope you guys enjoyed this super simplified way of how to improve your gut health. You can start these things today. Get your diet on track, and the positive side effects seem to be endless. I don't know about you, but I think that's really positive news. Our body instinctually and naturally wants to heal itself. So I encourage you to make sure the foods that you eat are bringing you to optimum health and not to your demise. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, because I've got lots more videos out and coming for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.